Mitram and Bandhuvam, this is Dr. J. Reddy, your presenter at South Asia Maps Intellectual Kshatriya channel, education channel, which brings you the fascinating information in the iconographic form, the maps and images about South Asian region. But once a while I also post on other related topics, and in this presentation I will be talking about human ecology issues under the playlist Human Ecology. That is the predicament we face on the planet Earth today: human impasse, human ecology, human predicament, human population overshoot, and BottleNEck century. This is the part 19. Pay attention to the series in the human ecology. Today's the topic of discussion is very fascinating. That is, this is the yeast growing in a wine vat, a drum where the winemakers make the yeast. The yeast are in this wine. The yeast in the wine vat, this is the planet Earth. That is the planet Earth, like entire globe. That is the island, planet Earth spaceship. There are 8 billion people. The yeast in the wine vat and humans in this island, planet Earth. Nature treats them exactly the same. The ecological laws applied exactly the same for all the life forms, the biotic forms on the planet Earth, yeast as well as the humans. That is a very fascinating point of discussion. After this presentation, you will get a different perspective of the life for Homo sapiens, humans, and their prodigal energy consuming brothers, Homo colossus. You will get a clarity. That is the humans in the yeast in the wine vat, humans on the planet Earth. Excuse me. Vat is a vessel, a cask, a barrel, a keg, a drum, where the winemakers, they first put the crushed, the angur, that is the material, sugar laden, the material, the grape juice. When the grape juice is put and yeast is added, yeast is introduced, they find a new habitat. The habitat is so beautiful, new habitat, rich with nutrients, especially sugar. They start multiplying. This is the sugar-laden new world. These population, they bloom, they erupt. They are in an exuberant phase called ecological exuberance. If you think each yeast cell as a small human organism in this island, they are in ecological exuberance, political, social, economic exuberance. They produce a lot of alcohol that itself pollutes the habitat, and these micro-inhabitants in artificially prepared detritus ecosystem, that is decaying organic matter is detritus. They all bloom, they pollute their habitat, alcohol kills them, they all collapse. Yeast cells responded to the new habitat, they bloomed, accumulation on their own fermented products. They change the habitat they reside. These are the innocent, incautious organisms where they introduced. All they crash, they die off. That is about the yeast in the vat. Let's look about the humans. The new habitat was found. We just deal with the New World, North America, South America, 1500s voyages, European settlers came here. Tremendous virgin lands, the forest, wooded lands, grassland. They treated humans This nature treated the humans as wine makers treated the East. Endowed the Europeans with a new world round about 1500, abundant but exhaustible resources. They find a new habitat, a new world. Population boomed, erupted. Now there were around about 1 billion people in both the worlds. And in 1500 there were 30-40 million people or so. These are the macroscopic inhabitants in artificially prepared, it's a detritus ecosystem. They are surviving on drawing down the resources, not taking over anymore. Drawing down means industrial agriculture, drawing the oil, coal, minerals, metals in the earth which are temporarily exhaustible. Humans responded, European settlers, their descendants, as yeast cells responded. They took to high energy way of life in this land called High Human Development Index. 80 kilogram average human drives in an air-conditioned 300 kilograms car in North America, South America. They become energy prodigals. Homo sapiens became Homo colossus. Now we can expect a crash of some sort like a yeast. I highlighted these two. Both of them found a new habitat, energy-rich, resource energy-rich, sugar-rich grape juice, and resource-rich land, and they all bloomed. They erupted. They crashed, and a crash is expected for this. Just I am giving a small example of the world, the entire planet we have to take into consideration. When a person dies, there is a report doctors make called coroners report. Where did and when did the person die? What are the probable cause of death? What are the circumstances of death? Why they died? If you consider yeast microscopic humans, a coroner's report said they died of self-inflicted pollution. They used the grape juice, made alcohol, changed the habitat that is polluted by themselves. Self-inflicted pollution is making alcohol. They all died. That is the habitat destruction and resource depletion. They destroyed their habitat, beautiful sugar-laden rich grape juice, and they depleted their sugar, carbohydrates, they dry. When the coroner's report is made for Homo sapiens, Homo colossus on the planet Earth, is exactly the same. These, instead of microscopic, they are macroscopic big organisms. They all crashed, die off, because they destroyed their habitat destruction and resource depletion by drawing down the resources. That is called military industrial complex, industrial agriculture. They start forming not just the lands of Iowa and Nebraska, grasslands and wheat farming. They started forming the wells of Alaska, oil wells, Texas oil wells, Oklahoma oil wells, Middle Eastern oil wells. Industrial agriculture, a detritus temporary ecosystem that gave them temporary phantom carrying capacity. That's what it is. The coroner's report is exactly the same with slight modifications. That's what we are talking about. So the nature treated yeast in the wine vat exactly same Homo sapiens, Homo colossus on the island planet Earth. Nature treats humans as wine makers treat the yeast cells. So this is Dr. Catton's work, Overshoot, BottleNEck. Most of the concepts are taken from that. That is what is the drawing down the resources, minerals, metals, especially oil, natural gas and coal. And we talked before about the taking over of the land and creating a permanent carrying capacity, drawing down creates a temporary carrying capacity. You can go and look it further. So that is about, you should be having now a broader idea, and you can look at the things not in the normal political, social events, as ecological events. Ecological laws are applied to yeast as well as applied to humans with the same rigor by the nature. Nature doesn't differentiate them. The coroner's report for them is essentially the same. These are microscopic, these are macroscopic, big looking. The human fate in the planet Earth, perhaps Dr. Catton says, will be the same as the yeast in the wine vat. But how much crash or die-off will be coming when the humans will be intelligent enough to alleviate this, what is happening to them, has to be seen. This is the human predicament. This is the bottleneck for humans. Due to overshoot of their population, today, around about 2020, we have 8 billion people in the planet Earth. That is 8,000 million people, or 800 crores. That is humongous population, and most of the people are trying to become Homo colossus, resource prodigals. That is the issue I discussed elsewhere. Thank you very much joining me today, Mitram and Bandhuvam and friends. And if you are not subscribed our main YouTube channel, that is South Asia Maps J. Reddy, you can go to that YouTube channel, and there are more than 220 well documented presentations. You can look at it, and if you like, you can subscribe them and comment them too. See you later in other presentations. This is Dr. J. Reddy.